and we'll get started. Goodness, what a day. What incredible energies. We've got a new moon eclipse, we have Mercury retrograde, and along with this new moon, and oh boy, this is, well, anyone who's finding this easy, I'm not sure you're actually here on Earth, because it is definitely challenging. Challenging to all of us. You know, Mercury retrograde is bad enough on its own when you've got communication problems, you have the shadow side of yourself coming up, you know, you've got all this to deal with. Then it's in Gemini, and as I heard someone say once, Gemini is the two-faced bastard, which not particularly nice, but they were a Gemini, so they're allowed to say that. So we've got this real duality sense coming up as well. You know, the I know I'm oneness with all things, but I know that I am also here in a human body, and I get annoyed about this physical aspect happening, but I shouldn't do, because we're all oneness and light, and there's this real pull inside of us and division inside of each of one of us that is being brought up by the eclipse in Gemini. Then of course the eclipse, that is starting afresh. It is bringing up new energy. It is asking us to let go of who we think we are. And I had a thought, I don't know, for sure my age, but I don't know if you remember Morph, a little kind of plasticine doll, and you could squish it into anything. And I think that's kind of what we're being asked to do, is to be as malleable as this lump of clay, so that we can go from, you know, from being the shape of a human into an animal, into a dog, a cow, you know, and still essentially retain who we are. And that's really tough, because to let go of who we think we are, to let go of our stability here, you know, on Earth, and to say, it's fine, you can just let go. You know, this is what the angels are great at. They just turn around and go, just let go, it'll be fine. You know, just throw yourself off this cliff, it'll be fine, we'll catch you. And it's great for them, but they've got unfurled wings. We don't necessarily have that, so being asked to throw ourselves off a cliff is pretty damn hard. But this is the energy of the eclipse. It is just let go and just launch into who you're going to be, make the changes that are coming, let the changes come, and that's what I write down. And also change the way we talk about ourselves. You know, it's time to be kinder about ourselves, to recognise that we do have this duality, and we are allowed to have that, because we are still human. We are growing towards oneness, but there isn't this great rush about you've got to be here now, otherwise you're going to miss the train. You know, Ascension is not a train that's waiting at the stop, and if you don't make it, you're never going to ascend. Ascension is a beautiful journey, an endless journey. So don't ever think that you've missed the opportunity, you've missed the train, because you just haven't. You know, it's always going to be there. So we want to break out of our habits. The other thing that's happening, as I've written down, did little research, because I'm not an astrologer. Our emotions tend to be leading us at the moment, and oh boy, that's so true. You know, our rational thought is just going out of the window, and the way we respond to things is incredibly emotional right now, and not based on you know, the facts. I say facts. The facts that we knew that we carried in our head. That's being wiped away, and we are becoming truly emotional creatures. And again, that is another very tough journey for us to take, to just allow these emotions to arise without criticism. You know, to just be who we are in that moment, and just allow us to feel the way that we feel. And if we want to cry or scream or laugh, we want to allow ourselves the space to go ahead and do that, because that's who we are, and there's nothing wrong with that. So all this incredible intensity is coming in with this new moon eclipse. And if you're feeling a bit wobbly, don't worry, it's okay, because most of us are. So this great urge towards change, just go with it. So, let me check out this other column, see what's come up. Oh, very true. Thank you, Sam. So I've picked today the Starseed Oracle. I know it's going to be backwards. Always be backwards. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I thought I'd do a mini reading from that. And the reading I was drawn to do is sort of our ego journey versus our spiritual journey, and what it is that we need to change and do within ourselves to get from one side to the other, because the ego does love to rule, let's face it. So I'm going to get the lovely cards and give them a shuffle. I don't know how many of you know these cards, but they're truly special. So let's pick 3 cards. First one is what our ego is telling us. Second one is what our soul is telling us. And the third one is what we need to change in order to get from one side to the other. So the first card that comes up is a new earth. Now, our ego, we want a new earth, but what is happening is that very often we're trying to kind of force this through. You know, if you look at all the sort of rebellions that are going on around the world, you've got them for climate change, for Black Lives Matter, for freedom against governments. You know, it's a massive, massive sort of rebellious state that's happening right now, and it's not these rebellions that create a new earth. A new earth is based on love. It's based on collaboration, on working together, on being kind to each other, on being kind to ourselves. This is what creates the energy that creates this fantastic new earth. So what the ego's doing is it's saying, but I need to be heard. I've been suppressing my anger, my discomfort, my separation for so long. I now need to be heard. So somebody listen to me. And we're trying to direct this new earth by using our ego, and that's not the way it's going to happen. It's going to happen because we will just let our hearts lead, because we won't criticize the neighbor. We won't have a go at somebody who looks different from us. You know, we won't look at someone from a different country and think, oh, aren't they weird? You know, we're going to recognize that we are all people, that we're all together. So we don't need to force this new earth. It is the way that the ego's always done it. It's the way that we, as human beings, have always done it, because our power of creation, we have thought, has come from force, it's come from might, whereas actually our power of creation comes from our heart. This is where the power of creation sits, deep within our heart. It is not based on power, not at all. So the second card, what would the soul like us to do? And that card is I remember. That's it. Soul plan, the fated life versus destiny life. It is about us remembering who we are, remembering our soul, remembering that we are at one with this divine consciousness. We are divine consciousness. We carry this inside of ourselves. And this is what our soul is asking us to do, is you don't have to fight. All you have to do is wake up, remember, recall those memories, recall the connection that you have with this divine universe. And all that beautiful cosmic energy rising inside of you. Imagine it happening in everybody throughout the world. The new earth will simply build, just as a flower naturally grows out of the earth. You don't force a flower to grow. You don't sit there and talk to it and go, come on, grow, change, come on, you can do it. We don't. We just put it in the ground, we give it a bit of water, and we just let it blossom. And this is us. We are this flower. A bird doesn't throw itself, you know, off a cliff. Here I am on cliffs again. You know, it tests its wings first, and then it just flies naturally. We don't have to be quite as mean to ourselves as we have been. So the bridge, how do we get from what the ego wants to what our spirit wants? And this card, ooh, where's the camera gone, is empathic starseed, energetic sovereignty. Okay, recognizing that you are sovereign. This is how we cross that bridge. It is recognizing that, as I just said, that you are sovereign, that you have this divine power inside of you, that you can be anything that you want to be. All the rules, all the things that you have been told previously, they are not true. You are the most beautiful, gorgeous, heart-centered, loving, warm, compassionate, wise being. This is your truth. And all the stuff that you are carrying, every single thing, every bag, every suitcase, every memory that is causing you pain, this is not you. This is what someone else has drawn onto you. This is what you have called in because you have been told that this is what you need to call in. Let's let go of it all. Let's let go of all of that and recognize I am sovereign. I wear my own crown. I am sitting on my own throne. And it doesn't mean you're better than somebody else. It just means that you recognize your sovereignty, and we recognize the sovereignty in every other person on this planet. That's how we get there. So, I feel the energy is right to see what kind of light language would like to come through. And today I am using, if I can find it, there it is, to help me with this. I have my beautiful labradorite crystal that really helps with communication with the throat. And then I was also drawn today to bring in my little apophyllite pyramid. The pyramid shape is fantastic for raising energy because of the apex. It rises the energy up into the cosmos. So, sit back, relax, close your eyes. Just let the waves of light language flow over you. If you haven't heard light language before, it's going to sound weird, and that's okay. You may find yourself laughing. It's absolutely fine. Sometimes I laugh at the things I say. But you don't need to understand it. These are not words in the traditional sense, like an earth-based language. Each sound carries energy. So let go of any understanding and just let the waves of energy flow through you. Kira semana tosta kemeti, que mais juesta monada de que de monada, que parece o chito, coisa é de manhã, kudama eu achita, e carosa morate batekio, moja de me waski, moja manhã moçada chini, moça camara, o doja ni me washike, cada manhã ne mokashwe, tu cosmeiras, maracabata, me agiva noma. Met de hoje é siquita reja, que o jeito monocasa, para que me agora se cota, é iscona, é moada na nimia. Kuda dezi agash bezekatiwa, ba deijo ko zaya abaya, ma kedai wa yeshniwaso. Mulada rake mada shikibatis kumoa, e kumoa shibasekia, to de yesh kumosa, e dora namrasikete, pitare nyokusheo, ma kiojezata. Você deu a minha maravilha, mas o tens não moço. Te coragem, que coragem, mas o tá se entregamia, tens basta, mas cais vai ser meu dois sucuma, eu agido cada se me adarase. Karina na casa cadeia, mas o dois nem mais se mete. Moçara dengue abdari koshike, tikanya minha washike, bai yoshki nyal moshukia, budaje minha wasika moada iwainime, tina na manakesikata, moshi den morashaki washi yokotai semenete yak, tiara maya, tiara manakawashi ni moswatai biga sekia. Tawishe diamyaki, taishe where the Manakai washikuno, Murana kiskita, Biora, Moda shikiwa dini moshikiwe, Usia namarake, Titikashu, Manana Namorokai, Ba in Neresikatare shiki, Didamara, Ushikia, Bada Nimesko, Tusite, Tiusakia Bradisiki. Iwashi dolna jewesita, Mekotarasinia, Marati Mrakasikitika, Moshe Varani Nekijo, Bareto Basasiteki, Taji Moase, Timoshe Sakatoja, Venara Diberasuk, Morasete, Tania, my she was, Nus Cadaver in Nakaraseti, Kishatara, Rora Nimarates, Kudadania Miesevati, Tisake, Moje Ziwari Nanadi Washi. Ozidora jikana morasa taraki keshishwa. Mutasaya, mutasaymo shoyashina, Sikoratari Barakismada, Mudisha, Mudazari Nana, Shikotis, the Kokraiwa, Nini Morosakari, Tisaka Marasikoto, Shiswata, Miadira Cosimiadisco, Tisaka Diamada, Ticoraja Miawasiko. Mutisikiatis kadaya, Moshedia Maraki, Washedia Nyamasakota, Tu Sedia Nyamaki, Usina Namarakisa, Mosedia, Yati Oshetis Kishkonia, Daya Mietiasi, I saw that Negarisi, the Kamiadi, Maje Yosi Dora Maraki, Patiskania Namarakis, Kataje Wena, Kigajwa, so Dosha Mietis and no more Shasikate. It was Ariana Marakewashi, Ushimia, Ushitari Miatiskebo, Moduza Nanarakisaka, Brazi, Manashi, Washi, Kutushi Sikatamia. Mutseti Jaya Maraketi Amorozeta, Isadia Mawashiki no Roscatia Zetavana, Kibaraza Kera Barazata Marakawashito, Ushito, Ushimo, Usito Simiata, Sigamia, Oshita, Tamias Watio, Martinia Sukoton Marazata, Isheta Mosaka, the Dimarashi Kushe, Ishukazatia, Ushikusatia, Mishukusa Beniati, Matike de Yamarase, Uyaseti, Mashi Wanamiarizati, Putasa, Gigara, Moshataria was. Todo simiate, metarasikia, madarasikia, moscuida, yaya, namerati, madai wanye mosukotosa, misuda na shiwe, mishara marakawashika, mishamesha cosa, mutiza wanimia, misuda nyamyawasi, musadara nyamyawasi koto, madimoja, edora sinyamase. Caso, mosquito satara, raketi siki badam, moshidora zama, meshudara rimana casawate, madina, morakeshi, sukumuyavara sita the kisa manusho, missunana nimiete, moashe sinia catatosa. Usidona namia, kwashinimasi, mushunyamasi washe, titeshum yasikita, mesada nyamase, masakoje wati. Usidora nanyamie yati moka, ikodonia masiwa shitosa namaraki, medicina namekosheti taramasaketo, modania masi washika, modazimania, waki shodonai warasitoja, metoja, muskatenia masi. Ikaramarasita, Imashkedia Merco, Ikanima, Washiboa, Yashik Mayadi, Maraka, Shida, Marashik, Mashama Sokotoshi, Tuesday Dinia, Moshketo, Osidora, Nanadikiskeva, Ikadana Marakisa, but I should use Apata. Usevora Nasikarazati, Usadan Narakizakati, Moshe Bodora Nanimake, Modara Marakawashito, the Mayawa, Shikunona, Mayawa, Shudorozabia. Usibura de Daramarakia, Mokesh Mosiwaya Yamaneti, Moshezana Marawaya Yamonati, Oshezenia Marakajwashimu, Yorati, Moyawa, Gadimia Washki, Moshatarana Kashwati, Mozwadini, Mojit, Borati, Brazibotama, Matikaya, Moshe Boazedri. Ikanamara sikadashi, ekosamara kashidibor, I poisha me washito jemia wasi wataya. Mukadai sitara marika, ikadara makasi warasa, ikadana maravasika waramana marokusta kadeya. Itus mia darasika, etazanya masika, iwashinya masuka sataya. Ikwaja damarasi watita dona mayawaiki. Makora nanaki washidora zinemo wajwata. Mitorasa nemasi washa. Misaora maraki, musuna maraki, sukumani washi kuadara marasi wataji jaboa nani wasi. Matino cosa, matino washe, miada wanashe maradi wadake mitata yuajoza, daramira, karasiparati, karashinio, ikushinimus, kashibo atimayoya, ike, matino, nyomoshika, midarem. Moeshki miasi watiba, igualoma, modari yumro, kishibutusma, mora setiki niamashi. Then slowly bring yourselves back into the room. Be very gentle with yourself. Take some lovely, deep breaths. reground, and just stay at peace. That's quite a powerful session. If anything's come up for you that you want to talk about, that you'd like to share, that you need help with, I am here. So please don't hesitate to email, messenger, WhatsApp, whatever suits you. I am right here for you. And if at any point you feel that you need some more light language, you'd like a personal session, again, I'm just here. Just reach out a hand. You are never ever alone on this journey. There is always, always an angelic presence, a star member, a star family member here on earth to help you. So I hope that you sail through the rest of this eclipse and that Mercury retrograde becomes a bit smoother for you now. And from the cosmos, from all the light beings that are here with me now, I feel them in abundance. They all send their love to you. And I hope to see you again soon. Light blessings to you all.